my idea that I'm really concerned about someone stealing is I want to do like a sitcom that's part scripted and part interacting with the real public. I just realised that a show's been commissioned that is exactly what I wanted to do, a sitcom with scripted characters but mixed with an element of meeting people on the street, the general public. I'm gutted by it. The blow's been softened by the fact I've just ordered an expensive takeaway, but the blow's also been softened by my realisation that I just can't live my life to a happy point in the future that may or might not even happen, probably won't be as you imagine it to be anyway. Just enjoy the now. If someone else has come up with it, fine. I'll come up with something else. I cannot validate my life, so forget it. So that's good, that's good. The show hasn't taken off. That's always good to see competitors fail. I've realised that it shouldn't be my end point. It shouldn't be what I rely on to kind of kickstart my career. In fact, it's always a deluded schoolboy error to think that a series is going to be based around you when you're unknown anyway. So it's kind of made me think, getting back to basics, I shouldn't be pushing the show as much as I should be pushing me. And ideally, I should make any ideas that I pitch to producers about me in the way that no one else can do it. It has to be me. And really, my back catalogue of like filming my whole life is something that, whether you think it's good or not, as a starting point, you can't deny that it is unique to me. It's the 1 year anniversary of when we started the radio show. It is the 1 year anniversary today of when David and I started our radio show, and today I received an electronic mail from a TV production company, which is rather exciting, so I'm going to phone him about that now. I'm doing very well, you will be too after this news. You know the Lads Mag loaded? I bombarded them with emails from like 2008 to 2011 to no reply or interest, right? It's been taken over, maybe quite a while back, but been taken over by like a millionaire entrepreneur who's starting his own loaded channel, and they have contacted me about a pilot to do with my stuff, like various elements, so like the on the street stuff and the fact that I've filmed everything, and I really want you to be involved and was wanting to invite you along to that pilot. I know you don't want to do the on the street stuff, but obviously you do the comedy and you could be like a writing partner or something like that. I'd really like you to be there. I think that the other good thing would be to make use of the meeting and have ready the fact that we could pitch our sort of interviewing comedians in an intimate setting of a real comedy club as well. That always went down well, didn't it? It could be the best opportunity that we're ever going to have. If they're launching a channel, I mean, I'm still like self-aware, not deluded or anything, but the truth is, at some point there is going to be some sort of something overnight. That's just how it is. I suppose the reason why everyone doesn't do it is because it's a risk doing it. It's like a whole life is banked on it. Okay, awesome. What I'll do, I've never used the word awesome before, I don't know why that came out. Really, that's got to be a record. I don't think anyone has ever described me phoning them as the good news. Yeah, see, it's this type of banter that they have to buy. Okay, that's brilliant. Well, that's really good. I'm really pleased to pass on this good news. I'm really pleased with the whole thing. Okay, that's good. Well, I mean, this news has actually given me the inspiration to not bother with any of that. So that's all good. I'm confused. There's normally some obstacle. There doesn't seem to be one. Just to put my trademark negativity in there, I'll throw this in. Well, the worst case scenario would be us turning out and then not listening to any other idea. But you'd still be involved because you could be the writer. I want us to both be involved. Vince McMahon, Steve Austin situation, if you need to phone my mobile, you can phone it at literally any time. I'm sure the Loaded TV channel is bound to be cutting edge, like the magazine itself. You only have to look at this month's cover to realise that. Hi Tina, it's Edward. But it's weird because I always spend all year, whatever age I am, I always spend all year looking on Wikipedia at the years active from people, but then I also always do something major the day before my birthday. Do you remember? The lesson with Jake, the wrestling lesson with Jake was booked. The New York TV thing was signed the day before. The radio last year was on my birthday. And now this. Well, I'm also a bit concerned telling everyone because I always say, oh, this has happened, this happened. It's all obviously true, but if it doesn't come off, it's just how it is. That's true. No, that's true. And it's all really good, so I can come back and we can watch another Bob's Burgers if you want. He was really all over it. He said he just wouldn't turn up to work. You know how I take advantage with helpers, and he made it quite clear he's never doing anything on the street. But he said for this he would, so that would be of amusement to me. even if they don't want what we eventually talk about, if they're starting a channel, there might be other jobs for us. Love you loads then. Bye then. When I said to my family that I was going away for this meeting, the meeting is actually a day before my birthday. I'm going to have to come back late the night before, so I'm going to have a late night before my birthday. My mum said, oh, you'll be tired for your birthday, and she was kind of showing her concern there, just being nice. But it kind of made me realise that anything she's ever said in the past that I've taken offence to as regards me thinking that she isn't in tune with what I'm doing in show business, I've realised she hasn't meant it personally. She's just on a completely different wavelength from me. The idea that she'd be concerned that I'd be tired on my birthday was mad to me. Of course, yeah, I might be tired, but this could be a real turning point in my career and my life. You know, if I get money from this, if I actually get a paying job out of this interview, this meeting, I'd have enough money to have a kid. And I think we're just coming from two completely different frames of reference. I desperately need money so that I can have a family and start providing for my kid, and that's why I'd take a meeting if it was on my birthday. Last year I did my starting my radio show on my birthday. You know, it was the second show, I think, but it was the first proper show. We'd had the pilot the week before. I'd take the meeting on my birthday this year, but the fact that I might be a bit tired for my birthday is literally of no concern to me, and it made me really worry about what I've said the other way around, actually, because what I have said recently is like, she tries really hard to get me really nice presents, and one year I said I was feeling guilty that she'd be doing that and I'd be borrowing money throughout the year for things that are integral to my work and, in my mind, the rest of my life, like computer equipment so that I can edit and stuff like that. I need that computer equipment not for playing games or for watching movies. I need that computer equipment so I can edit and send demos out to TV companies, because that's my chosen career. You know, I desperately need that money so that I can have a kid. And so, because I borrowed that money throughout the year, I was like, oh, don't worry about having to get me other things like deluxe versions of shower gel. I'll just buy the cheapest shower gel I can possibly find, because I was trying to take less money from them. I feel guilty for taking money, because I'm really grateful for what they did. I said it less diplomatically than that, and I just hope that it's taken the right way. And I think that any arguments I've ever had with my mum have been that they're just two completely different frames of reference. I really need money so I can actually have a little baby. So I'm looking forward to this meeting. Hopefully I'll get a job out of it. I'm not worried if I'm going to be tired for my birthday. I don't know, it's difficult to explain. Besides, everyone else works on their birthday.
Cake or death? Cake please.
The rate I'm going on the diet, I'm having both. I just wrote a note for Tina, right? Hello, precious. You're sleeping as I write this. You make everything in my life better. You brighten my whole life up. 9 of the 10 best days of my life have just been sitting and spending time with you. The 1 out of 10 was the wedding. This morning, I won't read that actually. We are naturally soulmates, but the nice thing is, even though we are naturally compatible, we have also worked at everything to make our marriage and connection so strong. It's so nice to feel loved and needed by you, and I certainly feel the same about you. I spent the night working, but with the cats nearby. We have a lovely family, and at that point I had to write down what happened was that she just farted. I heard from the bedroom when she was asleep. Hiya, it's Sunday morning. I'm writing my pitch for the meeting with the production company this Thursday. It's kind of weird. You have to be prepared for... You have to go prepared, but then they'll always throw you a curveball that you weren't expecting. So really you have to be prepared for every eventuality. I've learned it's completely pointless, like planning out conversations you're going to have. They never go as planned. In fact, the best conversations I've ever had, just in life in general, or like when people have come on the radio, the best ones are the ones that haven't been planned. When I met the Viz creator, that's something that once upon a time I would have really planned meticulously in my head. I didn't at all, didn't have time to. It suddenly appeared. And it went really well. Same with Mick Foley, really, when I interviewed him. And so I'm going to take that approach to pitching. But at the same time, you do have to be prepared. If the pilot does get commissioned, it's got to be some record, because David and I don't have agents. Maybe not a record, but quite a good personal achievement. I don't know, I'd have to find out. I'm quite optimistic it's going to go well. If it doesn't go well at any point, or if anything that we say isn't going down well, it's Loaded Magazine. I'm just going to offer to get my tits out, I think. But it'll be okay. We're not going to be like, you know, lost for words or anything. It's really good. That's why I'm glad David's coming, because we fill in each other's gaps. Let me think about how to rephrase that. This is also what's going to be pitched, right? An additional TV show for your consideration. Okay, so transferring our long-running, I'm going to say it's long-running, FM radio show. So I'm going to say we did a popular FM radio show that was long-running. So it's already been misrepresented twice because it wasn't popular either. The stand-up sit-down. We did it out of Riverside TV studios. A relaxed chat with comedians with no pressure to be funny. Translate well to TV as a late-night roundtable discussion show, maybe filmed in a comedy club, to embrace that intimate setting because it is also cheaper. News night with dick jokes. And crucially, we say no pressure to be funny, because then they're not thinking of cheap jokes at every opportunity. They have a relaxed, articulate chat, and they are naturally funnier in banter. That's what worked on the radio show. Then, like one of our managers said to them, oh, there's no pressure to be funny, and then gave that explanation. They said because then people are naturally even funnier in banter, and it's like, then the pressure's back on. And this is the photo that's going to be left with them here. I'm going to leave some photos. I printed it out. Ed's surname with green bars across the screen. I've embraced the fact, I've acknowledged that my career isn't going well enough for me to buy new ink for my printer. They will think they're tuning in to watch a documentary about our real lives. They will be half right.
What the hell is it? No one knows anymore.
I have no idea how.
Right.
I've just realised that this pitch that I've written isn't going to work as a pitch, because typical me, it's too convoluted. I'm trying to get too much across.
Yeah.
I need to get it down to... I've overthought it. I need to get it to one sentence. But in my defence, there is 3 different elements to it. If something's never been done before, how can I pitch it?
Say this.
If something's never been done... Yeah, but they're not going to like that, because they want to be able to sell it to advertisers, which need things categorised.
Right.
It's 3 AM, I'm leaving in the morning, and I don't know what I'm going to say.
You need to get to the heart.
This has been for hours. I'm not filming any more of this.
You need to get to the heart of what the project is, why you think what you think it's about, and what makes it good to watch. Why would someone want to sit down and watch it?
Well, getting to the heart of it, I'd be saying, hello, I have utter contempt for the human race, and I want them to pay me to piss about. That's the heart of it.
No.
Oh.
What is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
Be Lynn again. I've arrived here in Reading. I've come to stay with David Paris overnight so we can talk through all of the stuff for the pitch tomorrow morning. I've just arrived here in his hometown. David's parents are kindly picking me up, giving me a lift in their car, very kind of them, but I actually wish I'd have taken public transport, because obviously from tomorrow public transport will be a thing of the past. I'm going to be chauffeured everywhere because of the millions that's going to roll in. In actual fact, I think it's going to go well. Nah, we'll see. Okay, so the show is a mixture between a drama and a reality show. In the drama we play amped up versions, twisted versions of ourselves as up and coming comedians, and we need to come across like we're desperate for fame. And then our characters that we're playing actually go out in the public and have real interactions with members of the public. Awkward situations, such as one day David and I are talking about how we need to up our profile in comedy, in the world of comedy, and we say, well, we need to get invited to celebrity parties then, but we can't get invited to celebrity parties. And the drama bit then ends as we go about booking our own celebrity party and book a real celebrity to turn up to our party, but after booking the celebrity we've run out of money, and so therefore the celebrity turns up for real to a party that consists of me, David, a disco ball, and it's held inside a broom cupboard, and that awkward situation is real. Other little things as well. It is not about humiliating celebrities. It is not about humiliating celebrities. It's things like, say before a gig we're absolutely exhausted and we just say, oh, you know, we need to go to bed then or something, so we go to the bed shop next to the venue and take our clothes off and sleep in the bed shop, and then the interaction with the public is real. It's not like Trigger Happy TV, because there's a narrative to it, and the narrative explores serious sides of show business and lessons, and basically teaches you, do not put your life on hold for show business, and don't go for this dream that TV sells you. The series ends with us, with David and I, pitching a show, saying the only way we're going to ever make use of our life is if we pitch a mixture of a reality show and documentary about our life, and it ends with the real footage of us walking into the company and pitching it.
I would have only wasted it on women and booze.
So David, we're pitching a TV show, you've lost 20 quid and we're late.
Yeah, that's a good start, isn't it?
I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to pitching this TV show. I'm looking forward to the pilot going well. I'm looking forward to them complimenting us. I'm looking forward to them telling us how we're going to work together successfully in the future. And I'm looking forward to them never contacting us again. Same with you?
Which is exactly how it's going to go.
Let's go.
So at least we're clear on what to expect from this. It's going to go insanely well. We're going to be given all the hope in the world, and then we can go home and go back to our regular lives.
All we need to do is we need to get 20 quid out of this. It needs to be commissioned for 20 quid.
If we can at least break even and not lose money on this, that will actually be the first success we've ever had.
I'm not going to try and top that with comedy banter. You have to tune into the show. Quite artistic, David, with the cigarette. Okay, this is just quickly for my own record here. We can't not get this. A really bizarre situation, right? They told us that a similar show had been commissioned, and so I was gutted. But I've seen the trailer for the show, and I've since seen the show, and it isn't the same idea. But in the meeting, we seem to be fighting against the grain to try to push the fact that ours was different to this show. So we just went in all sorts of other directions and talked about other stuff we could do for the channel. So we're to stay in touch, and I'm currently making a trailer for this channel about my stuff, because they seem to really like my my footage, and the fact that I do blogs with a shaky camera, and that they like the intimate part of it, and the fact that I've done it for 10 years, and that it shows the behind the scenes of the comedian. So maybe there is a future here for me at this channel. Watch this space.